Shenzhen, China. A Huawei store, 10 a.m. There are lines, long lines, people waiting, excited. Huawei Mate 60 Pro is launching. But strange, no ads, no announcement, quietly. First customer gets the phone, opens it, checks setting. 5G is working. Shocked, shows others, crowd gathers, everyone checking. Really? 5G is there. But how is this possible? In 2019, America banned Huawei. 5G chips were cut off, but here's the phone. In their hands, working. Hours later, social media explodes. Huawei made 5G! We beat America. National pride. Joy. Same day, 10,000 kilometers away. Pentagon, emergency meeting. How did they do it? Did our sanctions fail? Everyone asking the same question. Did China make chips? China has been dreaming the same dream for over 20 years. Make their own chips, be independent. And for this dream, they spent trillions. Over $1 trillion. Result? In 2024, still dependent on Taiwan, importing 85% of chips. 20 years, $1 trillion, and still 4 to 5 years behind. But something happened in August 2023. Huawei Mate 60 Pro, 7nm chip. Everyone's shocked. Impossible, they said, but they did it. So what's the truth? Did China really become a chip superpower? Or is this just deception? Today we'll tell China's chip nightmare, the 20-year chain of failures, the surprise success of 2023, and what will happen in 2030. This story isn't over yet. 2000, a meeting in Beijing. Beijing 2000, Chinese Communist Party headquarters. Top leaders gathered. An official speaking, year 2000 chip imports, $20 billion. More than oil. What if America cuts us off? Room silent. Leader decides we must make our own chips. In 10 years, we'll be a chip power. Applause, excitement. The dream begins. 2005, Zhang Ming story. Shanghai, 2005. SMIC, China's largest chip factory. Zhang Ming, 31 years old. Tsinghua graduate. His dream, make China a chip superpower. First day. Entering the factory, clean rooms, white suits, giant machine. Here we'll build China's future. But an engineer tells the reality. We make 180 nanometer. TSMC makes 90 nanometer. We're 5 years behind. Zhang, only 5 years. We'll catch up. 2015, made in China, 2025. 10 years passed. 2015, Xi Jinping announces big plan. Made in China, 2025. Goal, by 2025, we'll produce 70% of chips in China. Budget, hundreds of billions. Every city wants its own chip factory. Zhang Ming, 40 now. 10 years at SMIC. Finally, real support is coming. Now we'll catch up. 2015, comparison, Intel, making 14 nanometers. TSMC, making 16 nanometers. SMIC, making 28 nanometers. Gap, 2 to 3 years. Zhang, 10 years until 2025. We'll catch up. Hongxin, $20 billion fraud, 2017 to 2020. Wuhan, 2017. New chip company forming, Hongxin Semiconductor. CEO Cao Shan will build China's most advanced factory. City invests $20 billion. Massive factory construction begins. July 2020, bomb drops. Hongxin declares bankruptcy. CEO flees. Factory stops half finished. $20 billion lost. Truth emerges. Cao Shan never made chips, had no chip knowledge, just collecting money, and fled. Zhang Ming's disillusionment, 2018. SMIC. Zhang Ming, 44. 13 years here. Looking at screen, SMIC makes 14 nanometers. Progress. But TSMC makes 7 nanometers. Intel, 10 nanometers. In 2015, gap was 2 to 3 years. In 2018, still 2 to 3 years. Gap not closing. Asks a colleague, why can't we catch up? Answer, first, talent. Best ones at TSMC, Intel. Second, EUV machine. Can't get it. America doesn't allow. Third, experience. TSMC exists 30 years. We 15. Zhang understands. This isn't just about money. You can't immediately get experience, talent, technology, time needed. A lot of time. Tsinghua, $100 billion. Is collapse. 2021. November 2021. Tsinghua Unigroup declares bankrupt. China's largest chip holding company. $100 billion in debt. 2015 to 2020 grew aggressively, acquired dozens of companies, but couldn't learn to make chips, collapse, thousands of engineers jobless, 100 billion lost. 2020 comparison, TSMC 5 nanometers, Apple A14, Intel 10 nanometers, struggling, SMIC 14 nanometers, gap 3 to 4 years. China's 20-year balance sheet, spent 200 plus billion, official, 500 plus billion, unofficial. 2000, 20 billion imports. 2020, 380 billion imports, 19 times increase. Target, 70% domestic. Reality, 15% domestic. Zhang, end of 2020. 20 years past, still same place. 2019, Huawei Bonn, May 15th, 2019. White House. Trump sign. Huawei added to entity list, meaning American companies can't sell technology to Huawei. Shenzhen. Huawei CEO Ren. Zheng Fei shocked. Huawei is world's second largest phone maker, but chips come from Qualcomm, MediaTek, TSMC. Entity list equals disaster. No chips equals no phones. 2020. ASML, BAN Netherlands. ASML, SMIC has order for one EUV machine, $150 million. But America pressures Netherlands. Netherlands rejects the order. Why is EUV important? Required for 7 nanometers and below. TSMC, Intel, Samsung all use EUV. SMIC can't get it. China's path is cut. America's strategy, machine ban. ASML, Applied Materials. Production ban, TSMC, Samsung can't make for Huawei. Software ban, EDA Tools. Talent ban, Americans can't work in China. China's response, make own EUV 2030 target. Make 7 nanometers with old DUV. Very hard but maybe possible. Alternative paths, risky. Zhang, end of 2020. Path is cut. What do we do? August 29th, 2023. Shock Shenzhen. Mate 60 Pro on sale. 5G working. News spreads worldwide. Huawei made 5G. Tech Insights disassembles the phone. Processor, Kirin 9000S. 7 nanometer, manufactured by SMIC. World shocked, but no EUV. How? The truth. How it was made. At SMIC, Zhangming, 49. 18 years here. Team celebrating. We did it. 7 nanometers. But Zhang knows the reality. No EUV. Old DUV machines exist. Used multi-patterning technique. What's normally done in 1 pass, done in 4 to 5 passes. Very precise, very hard, very expensive, very slow. Results. Yield. 50%, 1 out of every 2 chips is waste. At TSMC, 90% plus. Cost, 3 to 4 times more expensive. Normal 7 nanometers, $50. SMIC 7 nanometers, $150 to $200. Capacity, very low. TSMC, millions per month. SMIC, tens of thousands per month. Zhang, yes, we did it, but it's not sustainable. We can make for Huawei, but not for all of China. 2023. Comparison. TSMC, 3 nanometers, 90% yield, optimized cost, high capacity. SMIC, 7 nanometers, 50% yield, 3 to 4 times cost, low capacity. Gap, still 2 generations, 4 years behind. Pentagon panic, October 2023. Pentagon meeting. China made 7 nanometers, sanctions failed. But look how they made it. Low yield, expensive, no mass production. Symbolic victory, not real victory, but concern. Today 50%, tomorrow 60%, then 70%. What happens in 5 years? Decision. Tighter sanctions. More pressure on SMIC. Zhangming, 2024, 50 years old. 20 years at SMIC. Looking back, 2005, 180 nanometers. 2024, 7 nanometers. Big progress. But TSMC, 2005 at 90 nanometers. 2024 at 3 nanometers. Gap, 2005 was 2 years. 2024 is 4 years. Didn't close. Stayed same. Looking forward, 2030, SMIC targeting 5 nanometer. TSMC will be at 1 nanometer in 2030. Still a gap. 3 scenarios. 1. China succeeds 20%. 2030, SMIC 5 nanometers, 80% yield. Made own EUV, 50% of own need. TSMC at 2 nanometers. 2. Status quo, 60%. 2030, SMIC 5 nanometers, 60% yield. Still DUV, 30% of own needs. TSMC at 1 nanometer. 3. China fails, 20%. Tighter sanction. SMIC couldn't advance beyond 7 nanometer. 20% of own need. Gap, 6+ years. Final. China's chip nightmare continues. 20 years, $1 trillion. Hundreds of companies failed. Result, still 4 years behind. But in 2023, they showed something. It wasn't impossible. They made 7 nanometers. The hard way. Expensively. But they made it. What will happen in 2030? Will China catch TSMC? Or will the gap widen? But one thing's certain, China isn't giving up. We'll keep spending trillions. Because chip independence is vital, and this war just began. Lasted 20 years. Will last 20 more. Maybe more. This is episode 11 of US versus China, from Chris Miller's Chip War book, From China's Perspective. Because every story has two sides, and China's story isn't over yet. See you soon.